Hi Divine, welcome to Time of Today Reads YouTube, and I appreciate you so much for being here. I'm Angel Yvette. You've clicked on the reads for the full moon in Cancer during January 2022. And for your applicable sign, if you'd like to just go ahead and check your readout, the timestamps will be featured in the description box below. Additionally, I wanted to sort of let y'all in on other stuff going on. So on Friday, I'll be going live, hopefully on YouTube. Last time I tried to, it did not work out. So I'm really just going to focus this live for YouTube, as opposed to trying to do dual Instagram and YouTube. And I really hope to see you then. I'm going to do some energy tap-ins, and then also I would like to feature a moment where I can sort of give back to you and give you a chance to gain access to a meditation that I narrated, and I'm super excited about it. I'm thinking it's something that I'm going to keep doing. So yes, I hope to see you there, and like I said, you can go ahead and get to it. Check the description box for your sign, and thank you so much. Hello Capricorns, Divines, thank you so much for joining in. Gonna get started with your read once I get this box of cards open. I'm going to be using the Spirit Song deck. They're very earthy, so I felt that was good for Capricorn because in addition to being cardinal signs, you're earthy. So since you're leading the cardinals, I'm just going to be using the cardinal deck. I mean the earth deck, the earthy deck. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'll let you know what the signification, I think that's I don't know. I'm not going to stress over it, but what each card, what its placement is for, right? And its significance. Okay? Great. Oh. So 3 just jumped out. And I don't read this deck's reversals. Just so you know. Alright, so that's 3 cards that came out. And I'm only going to take this card because it flipped over. And it's the Queen of Wands. So it's Queen of Shells in this deck. Peace and compassion lead the way. That is you. That is your first card. That first card represents the self. This card, these cards that came out, represent the current energy and that you may be experiencing. And things to look out for, basically. And then this last card is guidance. It's guidance information. I'm also going to pull a self-love oracle card after this. Great, and I believe that's 2 cards that came out for that. So I'm going to just put these here and put these here, and we'll divide them with our trusty selenite. Sorry, I'm all at a loss for words. So Queen of Shells, which is your energy, speaks of peace and compassion. So at this time, I'd say, like I have been saying, you can reference the Time of Today Instagram for that, but it's a time to be gentle with ourselves. Not only so that we can be gentle with ourselves, but also be gentle with whatever and whomever else we come into encounter with. The animal that is representing this is the otter. And if you've ever seen an otter move, they're almost like slinkies, you know? They undulate through water. I believe that they're quick on land, but they're a force to be reckoned with in water. So it's sort of saying to go with the flow, know your strengths, play on your strengths, and all the while do your best to practice a gentle, because otters are very gentle in their movements. It's so effortless and it's so beautiful to see them move through water with ease. So I would say compassion is going to help or assist, at least, through times that we encounter now, whether they be rough emotional moments or rough social moments or things like that. Learning to be more compassionate and gentle with ourselves is going to be key. So for these cards, the situation, let's see what you're dealing with. Ooh. All right, so we've got the Page of Shells or the Page of Wands, and the Knight of Shells or the Knight of Wands. Wow. And then lastly, Justice. So I think that it's really saying that, yes, there's going to potentially be some hiccups with the way that we believe that navigating things should go at any given time during this period. But you have, I would say, go back to what you know, sort of thing. Sort of je ne sais quoi modality in your life. Full moons are a lot about like finalizing, cutting the fat, I would like to say. And I believe that by doing that, we better fortify our navigation forward. And I feel that here. So yes, some of the terms, I'm going to read the terms on the cards, include intuition, inspiration, charm, passion, and truth and clarity. So whatever you do at this time, as long as you're doing it with a clear goal and a clear mindset, I think that you'll get a lot out of it. But keep in mind that it may not be the simplest method or simplest time to be had. Just know your power. Know where your power lies. And also try to gain perspective to where your power can be further applied, right? When it comes to building and when it comes to that fortification like I talked about. So that's a lovely, lovely, lovely energy, I believe. So let's see what the guidance cards are. Ooh, the Empress, number 3, which is beauty and abundance. And love, which is number 6. So we've got a lot of fire going on here as well, a lot of fire energy going on here. And then we have majors. It's like from fires to majors. And I feel like wherever your passions may lie, wherever your desires lie, to embrace that and to examine it and build on that, like I said. And I think that's where the most fruitfulness will come from. And there is potentiality of finding real growth and a real admiration that you didn't even expect to find. But that equally reflects who you are as a being, as a divine, you know? So that's lovely. I'm shuffling the Self-Love Oracle, and we're going to see what comes out for you. Yes, thank you. For Capricorn. Capricorn. Go towards love. All right. So for Self-Love Oracle, we have number 2, Release to Mama Earth, Root Chakra. And this is a very red card. Reminds me of fire, but they're all flower petals, which is lovely. I'm going to read this inscription. I have the courage and freedom to choose how I feel. I choose to be on earth and to be love personified. I integrate my inner and outer worlds. I practice my free will. My body expresses a joy for life. So yes, just like I was saying, I think that there's going to be something even unexpected coming out of you doing things your way, or what makes most sense to you. And I'm really excited for you, Cap, because there's so much growth and there's so much beauty to be had. The Empress in this deck is represented by a hare, which is close to a rabbit, I would say, and they're in the same family. So that is a lot of abundance. And then that choice, that choosing aspect is a repeated theme in this read. So yeah, just go with your strength, I would say. All right, Capricorn. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello, Aries. How are you doing, Divine? Thank you so much for tuning into this. I am shuffling for you right now. Thank you so much again for tuning in. You are the second of the cardinal signs. Excellent. So, this is the first card that came out. It's a love. And I also do not read this deck in reversals. So this first card is going to be representing you. And then the second cards that are going to come out is the situation at hand, the energetic situation for Aries. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and take those two. I feel a little bad because I think that I said the wrong thing in Capricorn's read. And now these next two cards, these three are the energy. Oh no, I was right. Acorns is fire. Okay, so the next few cards are going to be the guidance. It didn't jump out. It didn't come out to be. All right, that's two cards. Beautiful. So, because this is a 6th year with 2022, I'm really finding a joy in practicing 6 card reads. And I don't know, I feel like the cards that I've been reading with understand that. So maybe right now, Aries, for you, let me just get right into it. you're more focused on those things that you love, which is great. Maybe it's relationships, maybe it is, I mean, I think this is a great time to be doing that, especially because we are experiencing a Venus retrograde, or we're at the end of experiencing the first like hit of Venus retrograde. And I believe that, you know, going close to love and strengthening love is great. Strengthening boundaries in love. I believe by the next, there's a moon here. So maybe the next, not new moon, but I believe waxing moon. There's something that you should look out for with that. In terms of relationships, what's happening with your relationships. But yeah, and the two terms on this card, choice and trust, that may be a time for you to come to the end of a decision and trust what your choices are. Maybe in love. Okay? So I'm going to turn this around. I do not read the reversals for this deck. Ooh, okay. So we have the Six of Feathers, which is akin to the Six of Swords. We have the Knight of Acorns and the Seven of Acorns. The Acorn suit is akin to the Wand suit. Yeah, beautiful. So, Six of Feathers speaks on transition. That's literally the word on the card. And I feel like you're maybe coming to a new understanding, a greater understanding, a higher understanding of where a love situation may very well be. And it may be with a Capricorn. That's how I'm feeling. Because the sun is here, and currently the sun sign that we're in is Capricorn. So the sun is here twice. So it could be a Capricorn or Aquarius. Honestly. That's just how I read. I think that one of these cards is a badger, and I don't know enough about the badger. In terms of the word badger, that's like, ooh, you know, tenacity, like, you know, fervor and all that. So I think that with this, we'll get to that in a second, because also here we have the Knight of Acorns. So Knight of Acorns is like the Prince of Wands, and with that energy, I believe that it's really just saying, like, to go forth. Like, don't let anything stop you right now. Think things through, but keep up your, like, that's the insight and transition of the energy of the Six of Feathers. But go forth on your expeditions, whether they be in love or any other aspect of life. And then after the Knight of Acorns, we have the Seven of Acorns, which is the badger. And that speaks on determination and stamina. So be forgiving with, like, the pace that you're going forward. It may not be as quick as you'd like. It may not be as, seem as rewarding as you wish. But there is a strength in being forgiving and kind during this time with the pace in which we're proceeding forward. So the lesson overall, I'm going to go ahead and flip these cards. Boop. We got the Four of Shells and the Five of Shells. Wow. Okay, so the Four of Shells, which the shells are akin to the Cups suit, it calls for soul searching and reevaluating, while the Five of Shells calls for hope and readjustment. So yes, just knowing that whatever you go into, you may reach some roadblocks or some barriers that you'll have to maybe go around. It's like doing a maze and reaching a dead end, but seeing that you're not done with the maze, so you know there's a way to complete it. You have to examine the steps you've taken and see what other steps could take you to your destination. And I think that you're going to be experiencing that a lot. That, you know, Knight of Acorns, Seven of Acorns, you know what you want, and you have your eyes set on the prize type of thing. And the Five of Shells is a light bug, or a lightning bug, I guess. A bulb bug with a booty for a light for a booty, you know. And I think that really signifies, and the stork, which is for the Four of Shells, is looking directly at that light. So I really think that does signify having your eye on the prize and keeping your eye on the prize. I'm shuffling right now the Self-Love Oracle deck to see which card comes out for you, Aries. Thank you so much again for tuning in. I hope to see you this Friday for the live event that is happening at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, let's see what the Self-Love Oracle deck has to say for you, Aries, for some extra push and assistance with navigating through this time, this full moon period. I can't believe it's almost like it's we're basically in the time of the middle of the month. So here we go. So the card that came out is number 8, Ritual Body Workshop, and that is represented by the sacral chakra. So I think that this love aspect is, in addition to, you know, outward love that we're showing to others and finding in other things, we have to remember to love ourselves, right? And maybe this is more of a tantric application of this card and its meanings. I'm going to go ahead and take a peek real quick into the book and see if there's anything else, because it's number 8, so it should be right up to the front, more or less. Sacral chakra. Sacral chakra, by the way, is, I believe that is orange. That's represented by the color orange. All right, here I am. This talks about going into a meditative process. And with that whole theme of keeping your eye on the prize, I think that it also includes, you know, clearing your mind so that you know what you want. Your body is amazing, wonderful, a miracle. Can you truly appreciate it? All right. Going deeper into a meditative practice designed to clear negative self-image programs out of the mind would be very beneficial now. Okay? So I think that is the message for you, Aries. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope to see you this Friday. And take care. Love you, Divine. Hello, Divine Cancer. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're doing this read for the moon, which is in your sign currently. So that's exciting. Thank you so much again for tuning in. I'm going to pull the first card. The first card is going to be representing you. Excellent. So the first card, I shouldn't have flipped it over, but I did, is the 8 of Feathers. Next few cards are going to be the actual energy that you're going to be maybe navigating at this time, Cancer. And I pull a max of 3 cards for that. Ooh. Also, I do not read the reversal of this deck. Oh, wow. Okay. Excellent. You have, for the situation, for the energy that you're currently possibly navigating, there's a lot of it. Well, so far it's 2 major arcana, so that's big stuff. But I mean, with the moon being in your sign right now, how could you expect anything less? All right, that is the 3rd card. I'm going to go ahead and turn these around. And put this one here, and then I'm going to use our trusty selenite. And these cards are the lessons that come out of this period that one should seek to achieve and actualize out of this period. So, and then I will be pulling another card from the Sacred Love, the Self-Love Oracle that I have here. So to begin, we have, representing you, we have the 8 of Feathers, akin to the 8 of Swords. And that speaks on courage and solutions. So we're going into this period not with an energy, like maybe it is emotional, because not to play on habituality of, things, but it's represented by a mouse. And I feel like mice always try to find, they're very cunning, mice are. So I would say that this is talking about how your mind is working right now. The swords/feathers suit is very related to cognition and how we believe and how we think. So let's see what the situation is. The situation is very dreamy, almost. So it's funny that we would talk about the swords and the feathers suit. We have number 3, the Empress. Number 3, the Empress, which is speaking on beauty and abundance. Then we have number 18, the Moon, which speaks on imagination and perception. And then we again have another feathers card, and that's the 10 of Feathers. So it speaks on recovery and transformation. With that energy, oh, it's like, ooh, that's heavy. So with the Empress coming out, so that speaks of abundance, right? That speaks of not even expecting things to be as wonderfully bountiful as they are, but when they do, when they do surface and come to fruition, that they do so in ways that are unexpected, right? And that challenge our perception, and that broaden our imagination. The moon here is the animal that is the mascot of the moon in this deck is the owl. So that's owls, they have 360 movement of their head. They can rotate their heads 360. They're seeing everything, right? They're taking it all in. They determine where is the best place to strike and best time to strike for whatever they're doing and whatever they're hunting, right? So the next card, the 10 of Feathers, is represented by a snake. So when I say it's time, that the owls are looking for the best time to strike, it's also sort of makes me feel like the snake. But because the snake is heralding recovering and transformation, it's making me feel like not only are you knowing when to strike, but it's also a time to take into account when to pull back and to nurture ourselves and be kind with ourselves and gentle with ourselves in order to more fully actualize a healthy transformation in our reality. The guidance cards, or an outcome, I would say these are more attuned to outcome and guidance from the situation that we're currently going through, is the Eight of Acorns and the Six of Feathers. So the Eight of Acorns, or the Eight of Wands, it speaks on energy and results. So I would say it's good to pace ourselves with, that's a repeated theme coming up in these reads. It's important to pace ourselves and to, for lack of better terms, or I don't think it's a bad term itself, but to give ourselves more credit, right, at this time, so that we can accept what's happening more fully, accept what's going on, take into account our thoughts and how our emotions are playing on our thoughts as well. I think that's very, very, very huge. The fact that the moon came out in the Cancer read is big, huge. So, and you know, people always say Cancer is the most emotional sign, which is, you know, probably pretty true, being that, you know, the moon is very, very based in emotions, but it's also very intuitive. So I would say that, like, whatever choices of going forward that we're making right now, Cancer, that you're making right now, just be patient with yourself. The energy that comes out of it, the results that come out of that are going to be greater, and they're going to bring you to a place of higher perspective and insight. So I'm going to pull the self-love card, self-love oracle card. Right now I'm shuffling and seeing what comes out from that, seeing how it relates to your reading. I think it's funny that there's a mouse and an owl here. It's like knowing, being aware. It's a great time of awareness for Cancer. Wow, okay, so another cardinal sign got this. I think it was Aries. And it's ritual body worship. So that is number 8. Number 8, again, is a number of the self. And it's a number of, you know, as above, so below. As above, so below. I don't know if that's what I just said. So it's basically whatever you put out is what's going to come back to you. But I think that there's even an opportunity for more to come back, depending on how much you put out. So that's what I would say for you, Cancer, is to look out for that. Stay perceptive, and in tune with what's going on around you. Because whatever results do come in, 8 of Acorns or 8 of Wands, they're akin to each other. I would say the results may come in quicker than you expect, or even could imagine. Hello, Divine Libra. How are you doing? Hope we're doing well. I am shuffling the cards for you for your reading. The first card will represent you as a subject, Libra placements. Thank you so much again for clicking on this video. Ooh. Yes, it feels good. It feels good. Yeah. Alright, so after I pull the card for self, which is this one, we don't know, we'll see what that is. It's reversed, or it's flipped over. I'm going to pull cards representing the situation that you may be facing or currently be experiencing. That's way too many, so I'm going to go ahead and put those back. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Also, please remember, please like, share, and subscribe if you do so like. Sharing helps to reach others who may benefit from the messages given here today, which is a read of the energy around how to navigate the energy around this full moon in Cancer period. I'm going to try to get one more card for the situation that you may currently be facing, Libra, in this period, this full moon period. Ooh, okay. Yeah, the only card so far that has surfaced itself. Alright, so that has been the Ace of Feathers, but that was before the Six of Feathers came up in here and showed itself. I'm going to separate that. This is going to be lesson cards / outcome cards, I guess. The lesson outcome. So, or the outcome of this, of navigating this, of your ability to navigate this period. Ooh, that's a lot. It's too much. Just need 2 cards. Just 2. It takes 2. Yeah, way too many. But these 2 are the anomalies, so I'm going to go ahead and take those. Excellent. So, let's get into it. For yourself and your energy right now, ooh, we got the King of Feathers. So Libra, you're feeling confident right now. Feeling very logical and justified in your manner of being, which is great. Which is a great confident way to be at any given time. So, and especially during this time, that is very, it's a good time to look at what's brought you to this point, right? So I'm going to go into the situation right now. Yeah, the card that did not show is the Two of Crystals or the Two of Pentacles. Then we got the Ace of Feathers and Six of Feathers. The Feather suit, which you got 3 cards of, is relative to the Sword suit. Yeah, so I think that the challenge that maybe you're coming into or conquering, I feel like you're conquering it with this King of Feathers Lion energy. And even with this Kangaroo energy, all of these energies really, is conquering any hardships that maybe you might be facing right now. You're in that space of, that's like the choice. That's the only choice you have right now. That's how you may feel. And in doing so, by establishing a sense of balance and recognizing where you can be adaptable in situations, right? To further enforce that, that clarification of thought and intention. Speaking of clarification, you got the Ace of Feathers, which speaks on mental clarity and foundation. So I really think you may be going not introverting, but you may be introspecting and seeing, what has brought you to where you are in your frame of mind, in your frame of direction at this time, and why. I think that it may be a great transitioning time for you. It might not be as difficult as it might be for other signs at the moment, which is beautiful. It makes sense to me because Libra is all about that balance, baby. No other sign has gotten this card, this Two of Crystals, this balancing card. And it's so right that it came out in your reading, Libra. So let's see about the lessons and the guidance and outcome that comes from this. And then after that, after we show these, I'll be pulling a card from the Self-Love Oracle deck. So we got the Tower, ooh. And we got the Knight of Crystals. So, I would advise, like, seeing things for what they are, okay? Because whatever this energy that you're going through, it's going to strengthen your sense of insight, right? And you're going to see where and what things are no longer beneficial to your journey, right? And you can either choose to keep those things, but I think that the best choice would be to release those things with these cards, the Tower and the Knight of Crystals coming out, because you don't want whatever maybe sideswiping you, because you are having, I feel like, a sense of ease at this time and a sense of, in terms of confidence, I guess, and in terms of ability, right? But there may be something that you don't expect that happens. And that's what I'm feeling with this. That sort of sideswipes you, okay? Just know that you are able to endure. And if you're able to, that releasing from these matters will probably be a better choice than not. Okay? Let's see what the self-love has to say. To bring it all together. Because this is a lot of, this is a very balanced read, I'll say that. But it's a lot of energy that's like, counterintuitive almost. Cleanse and protect your solar plexus. Beautiful. And that is 1. So, beautiful. It does have to do with the self very much. So I think this is really mediating yourself in your understandings and in your thoughts of how the situations you're in now are serving you, right? Are they serving you is a question that I'm thinking that's just coming right off the bat. See where examine and see where your energies are best funneled into, right? So you can go forward with more stability and more insight and more awareness, right? Yeah, the Tower being here, that's a little, that just speaks of release and revelation. So I think that whatever path you're going down, there are going to be things that do maybe sideswipe you and that you didn't realize before, but that will be revealed to you and challenge your sense of endurance and challenge you to keep going. So make sure that you do keep going. With the solar plexus, which is, I believe, housed in our belly region, I would just say that is your gut instinct. Follow your gut instinct. Follow your first thought as opposed to your second one, as opposed to any other or anyone else's, right? You are very logical, and whatever comes out of your mind is the most sense to be made and to be had. So I would go ahead and trust yourself at this time, and be open to yourself, be open to your thoughts, whatever they may be. I would say to try to gear them to more solution-oriented thoughts, which is not here in the reading, but with the energies that have presented themselves. Just know that everything is going to be okay as long as you keep going, okay? Thank you so much, Libra. All right. Hope to see you next time, maybe this Friday during the live at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hello, Divine Aquarius. Ooh. Oh. I was just shuffling your cards. That was the first moment of shuffling, and they kind of exploded. So let me go ahead and try that again. Thank you so much for watching, clicking this video and watching. I'm going to be reading, of course, for the full moon period of, I feel like these go down here, so that's what intuition is telling me. Ooh, nice, nice. And then for self, ooh, these are looking good so far. For your card, for you, just one card. Okay, so love came out. You're the second sign to receive this. One more card for the guidance. There we go. Wow, you have a lot of great beasts in this read. So for your to follow along, let me go ahead and outline what the cards represent and their placements. So this is the self. This is the energy that you may be currently experiencing, and then this is the lessons from the energy that you're experiencing. And in addition to possible outcome energy. All right, so Aquarius. So I would say right now is a time of trusting. That's the biggest, I feel like throughout the read, actually, a big component of the energy that we should, as universally, be embodying at this moment is really trusting the things that we know, and for those things that are not so, like we don't have a relation to them as much, that we do, go forth with our first mind, our intuition, first month of the fiscal year of the Gregorian calendar year. So, and it's very aligned with that. So love is your first card, is the card to represent you. And I'm going to go ahead and go into the energy that you may be experiencing, Aquarius. So we have the Knight of Acorns, which speaks on action and drive, the King of Feathers, which speaks on logic and justice, and then the Five of Shells, which speaks on hope and readjustment. So I think that it really is about as we proceed going forward, Aquarius, as you proceed going forward, there's this optimism that maybe you have right now, or that source is impelling you to embody at this time, so that you can get through this period, right? Logic is very much an Aquarius trait, using your logic and what makes sense. So maybe it is a highlighted suggestion to proceed with those things that do make sense. And then if they should not, also as you're proceeding, using your logic to sort of play chess with life, and if it doesn't work out, doing the next thing, that readjusting yourself so that you can be placed in energy that is ubiquitous to the most desired outcome for you. Either way, it looks like the lesson that's going to come out of what you're experiencing currently is that it's going to lead you toward the energy of growth and challenge, which is presented by the Five of Acorns or the Five of Wands, and the Seven of Feathers, which is preparation and resourcefulness. And I think that is lovely because, like, going back to the current situation, maybe you are finding things that, like, you do go forth with fully, and then there's a glitch or something that happens, and instead of being, like, at a loss, it's best to be prepared and to be ready for things like that. So I think that this is definitely either going to teach you to be prepared in the future because you are not at the moment, and that it's also impelling you to become prepared right now with whatever you're going forth in. I'm shuffling the self-love deck and seeing what that has to say to bring this all together, if it has any messages of influence for this read for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you do actually like. Sharing helps to get messages out to others, get the message out to others who may actually benefit from them as well. So that's great. I know that sometimes when you do share, people are like, no, it's okay. But, you know, it's worth a try. For Aquarius, during this full moon and Cancer period. Okay, so two cards came out. Elevate, Support, and Soul Lesson of Joy, which really touches on the heart chakra. I'm going to read the message in the Soul Lesson Joy card, and it reads, the lushness, sisterly love, healing hearts beyond. So I think this is a time, even with the guidance card, it's going to lead you, with the love card even, it's really impelling you to go toward love, go toward those things that support your dreams and your passions, and possibly you supporting that same thing within yourself, not even possibly, but actually you supporting yourself with that so that you can support others, right? And their energy that is maybe like yours, that is maybe like, I don't want to say countering because I feel like countering is against, but is in line with yours, is aligned with yours. I feel like for the outcome, or for the guidance energy, we got two big cats. Overall, there are three big cats in your read. There's a big cat in your current energy and in these two here. And I feel like they're not the same type of cat, but yes, they're very similar. And they could maybe learn a thing or two from one another. So that's a beautiful card of support. And let me see if there's anything else in the book. If I can find the book really quickly. To further drill this home, I'm going to go to the Elevate card. Elevate each other, elevate energies that are supportive, you know what I mean? This is an opportunity to surrender to the laws of the universe and allow the mother, your mother, the Mama Earth, and the Divine Mother to give you. At this tremendous change, all relationships are being asked to align more with universal law. How can you facilitate this? By owning your own role. All right, so yeah, that's sort of what I was saying, so that's lovely. And yeah, I think that's, I'm going to try to see this other card, Soul Lesson Joy, what that's about. 13. I'm trying not to read like the whole thing, but I do like to sort of scour it, or scour it, and see what sticks out. What sticks out. Right? Okay, that's 12. I am loving and steadily progressing through my soul lessons to unfurl into a joyous and creative life. Contemplate the following affirmation. All right, so the one that I just said. So, yeah, stay strong, stay loving, and see you soon. Thanks, Aquarius. Ooh. Hello, Divine Taurus. Welcome to your read for this full moon period, for the full moon in Cancer. Ooh. Alrighty. I'm shuffling the cards for you right now. And I'm so happy you're joining in and clicked on this video. Please do like, share, subscribe if you do in fact like, want to share and subscribe. I will be also, there will be a live on YouTube that I'm hosting on the Time of Today YouTube this upcoming Friday the 21st, just for an energetic check-in and follow-up for everybody, Taurus. And I hope to see you there. It's at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the first card that came out, that's definitely going to represent you, Taurus. And then these three cards are representing the current energies that Taurus is being faced with or coming into contact with, and could use some assistance with navigating, I guess. Ooh, that's way too many, but there is one card that is reversed, and I'm going to take that because that's how I work. That's how my intuition is. So, beautiful. Oh, I almost forgot the lesson cards are the next few cards that are going to be pulled. Oh, beautiful. Okay, and that flipped over. We got some cup energy, some wand energy so far. Just need one more card. Alrighty. So for the card that, the card that's representing you, let's see what that is. Oh, it's a penguin. It's the Nine of Shells. So that's gratitude, fulfillment, which I feel is very in tune with Taurus. Tauruses tend to be loyal, and at least ones that I've known. And so maybe this is about, keeping that gratitude and applying it to those areas in your life that are that you are facing, which we'll see now what those may be. We have the Six of Shells, the Hanged Man, and then the Ace of Acorns. So you're not really sure how to, well, we have two river otters, I believe, for the Six of Shells. So let's get into that. So sentiment and joy. I think that's very in line with the Nine of Shells, which is the Nine of Cups, which is like just being grateful for the abundance that you've been experiencing during this period, up to this period. I think these cards are encouraging you to take those, really cherish those moments that you're able to take to recognize and be grateful for that abundance, right? I think that there's a part of you that's trying to forge ahead at this time, at least mentally, get your thoughts prepared for the next phase of your life. And I see here with the Hangman that it's, speaking on being patient. So that is going to pay off greatly with this enforcing of this next phase. The enforcement of this next phase is shown by the Ace of Acorns, which speaks on creative force and confidence. So confidence is a very Taurus trait as well. And I feel like no matter what happens, at least if you have a plan or if you have your mind set on, which is a very fixed thing, set on a certain outcome or a certain achievement, you're going to make it happen. I think the cards are really just showing that right now is a time to sort of be patient, to embrace, what's going on now, and what has led up to this moment. For the lesson cards, we have the Four of Shells, which speaks on reevaluation and soul searching. So I think that this is, while you're going through this moment of embracing, these moments of embracing your actuality in the world around you, I think that there are going to be moments where it's going to lead to at least you really seeing what is best for you, what feels best for you, what while being gratitude for everything that has happened, maybe you're not trying to take all that with you into the future. And then the other card here is the Queen of Acorns. Passion and creativity. I feel like with the Ace of Acorns, for the current thought process, desires that you have right now, it is going to lead to a greater expansion of your passion and creativity in the future. I think that you're going to actualize a lesson in that because maybe your passions don't lie with this reevaluation card where you once thought they had. That card that just fell is from the Self-Love Oracle deck, and I'm going to see what this is and see if it ties everything together. Yeah, cleanse and protect. There's another sign that received this card. The cleanse and protect card is basically, it's what it says it is, I think it's a great time right now, like as you're going through these this momentum of gratitude in your life, which I feel like is commonplace for a lot of people and is so beautiful. I think that it's also important to protect ourselves and our energies and not be subjected to the whim of others so much. Not feel trapped by the whims of others, and I feel like these are very. There are two creatures that appear currently in your life, but that could be two versions of yourself, right? This may even be saying to explore those versions of yourself with the soul searching card that came out. Don't leave anything out of perspective, right? Another perspective card for the Hanged Man that came out. Try to incorporate all the things that you love. And when you're thinking, don't get overwhelmed or anything, but don't forget those parts of yourself that have built you into the person that you are, or that maybe you haven't fully embraced. So, I'm looking at this book, seeing what sticks out. Nothing so far. Okay, so in this age of Aquarius, the past is rapidly becoming obsolete. We are being called upon to become very creative and constantly create anew. Welcome these changes and allow yourself to let go of any self-limiting beliefs that may lead you to act defensively or take you away from your creative destiny. Your read is speaking a lot on creativity. We have creative force and creativity here. Creativity here and creative force here. I realized you couldn't see where I was pointing. And I think that this message from this card for Cleanse and Protect is so important, because I believe that we are currently in the age of Aquarius. We might be in the age of Pisces, but I believe we're in the age of Aquarius. And like how I was saying, like to honor those parts of yourself that you may have forgotten previously. Those may be things that you've shoved under the rug and that are not even a matter anymore. Before those things are forgotten entirely, maybe take a second glance at them, Taurus. That's what I would say with this reevaluation card that came out in the lessons, okay? But don't dwell. Don't dwell on anything. Thank you so much for watching, Taurus. I hope to see you on Friday. I'm throwing a live event at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube. Catch you there. Hello, Divine Leo. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and checking this read out. This is going to be a read for navigating the energy of the full moon in Cancer. It occurred January 17, 2022. The moon has since moved on, as I'm recording this the day after, and I believe is stationed in another sign currently, either Leo or Virgo. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be like a 6 to 7 card read. 6 cards for the main part, and then an extra card, an oracle card from the self-love deck for some tying together energy. So, all right. We've got the shells or the cups out, and we've got the wands or the acorns out. In this deck, it is acorns and shells. This is a spirit song deck. Right now I'm pulling for your current energy, what you can be experiencing possibly, what you're possibly already experiencing. Ooh, that's way too many cards. Gonna go ahead and keep shuffling. And then I'll pull some cards for the lesson that comes out of this period that you can take with you into the future before pulling that self-love oracle card. Great. Ooh, that is very Leo. The Emperor came out. So, yes, I'm going to pull this selenite down. And here is the lesson. Great. And the lesson can also be taken as like an outcome or guidance. So, for yourself, let's see what card came out. And I do not read this deck reversed. So Temperance came out, and it's shown with the zebra spirit, and it stands for balance and harmony. Ooh, that's where you're forging forward. That's the energy you're in right now. And the situation that you're potentially dealing with is shown by the Page of Shells, which stands for unity and inspiration. The Knight of Acorns, which is power and perseverance, and then the Emperor, which is focus and stability. So yeah, I think that there's a lot of, it doesn't seem like there's too much obstinance or like friction that you're dealing with right now, which is really great. As long as you're staying balanced, you know, I feel like the Temperance card that came out for your energy, one of the main terms on that card, or of the two, which I feel like are definitely partner terms, is balance and harmony. And I think that through your focus and finding a greater sense of stability by focusing, you'll be able to stay in balance of whatever you're dealing with, whether you're dealing with love and financial situations, family situations, you know. I feel like you're in a space where you're actually getting a greater understanding of how to make sure all of those matters are addressed and given a look at. For your lesson, you got the King of Shells, which is again harmony. So that's a repeating theme here. And you got King of Feathers, which is a lion, very much you. We have 3 big cats here. So maybe because you are your energy is based in temperance, which is shown through a zebra, and I feel like zebras and big cats have a sort of relationship, a dynamic, predator and prey type of thing. Maybe you're feeling a little more like not so much active as you usually are, and that maybe there is a sense of embracing a side of yourself, that your emotional side, I would say, with this full moon in Cancer, that brings more of a sense of harmony for you at this time when it comes to the matters of your life. Yeah. It's all a matter of what you choose to focus on. Either way, there's a huge emphasis on harmony with these cards. And also with male, masculine energy here. Yeah, I think that Leo tends to be more so a masculine sign. So maybe that's the balance that you're seeking to incorporate, is your feminine, your divine feminine, divine masculine sides or matters of life in general for you. I'm going to pull a self-love oracle card for you. See if we can maybe tie things together. See how we can tie things together. All right. 2 came out for you. You're the second sign that had 2 cards come out. And the cards that came out are Ritual, Self-Devotion, which is the 3rd eye chakra. These both are 3rd eye chakra cards. And Soul Lesson of Perception. So, yeah, it's like I said, it's all a matter of what you're focusing on. Are you focusing on yourself? I think that this is sort of heralding you to take a look at how you are focusing on yourself with the ritual self-devotion, and always come back to that sense of, security within yourself. I'm going to look into the literature for this deck and see if there's anything else that sticks out. But your reading feels very, I don't know if blasé is the word, but very, very balanced, very straightforward. Which I would argue to say with these big cats is also another quality that maybe you're embodying or should seek to embody at this time, is being as straightforward as you can. There's power in that. So let's see. For the soul lesson of perception, self-doubt instantly depletes you of at least 30% of your energy. When you engage in a thought for more than 11 seconds, you begin to project the thought, and what you project and focus on is what you attract. Yes, so that definitely goes back to the main reading, the spirit song portion of this reading. And what I was saying, just with whatever you focus on, is where, you're going to incorporate the most amount of balanced energy into. With the ritual self-devotion card, this card suggests that you have been asking more of yourself. You have wanted to rise above your fears and bad habits to serve others as your heart asks. Yes. Okay, so let me see if there's anything else. Right. When you care deeply enough about yourself to take full responsibility for living your life to the fullest, you are ready to commit to self-enrichment and gratitude for your true self-practice. This commitment will create an inner trust and build resilience to disease and disharmony within your 10 bodies. So, for you, Leo, I would say it's definitely mission harmony, mission focused. Whatever you focus on is what will grow most, will bring the most justified growth and harmony into your life. All right, thank you so much for watching, Leo. You're so divine, and I hope to see you again. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hello, Divine Scorpio. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Angel Yvette, and I'm here to read for the full moon period. So to help with navigating its energy and give you messages from Divine to do so. I hope that you're doing well and feeling great. There's a lot of, in the reads that I've done so far, a lot of corporal messages. So corporal meaning body. And so I would say a good overall message at this time is to do what feels right. Most right, But we're going to see what your message is right now, Scorpio. I'm going to pull the card that represents you. I'm using a Spirit Song deck. Ooh. This one jumped out. So that was the giant panda that came out. Here is to represent you, and that speaks on manifestation and prosperity. Next, I'm pulling for the current situation, energetic situation that you're experiencing. It's too many cards. I'm going to take that one that fell by itself. Ooh, I'm going to take this that fell. I also do not read these cards reversed. I read them straight up. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, but I did. It's the second time I've done it with these reads. So I actually think the other time I did it was when I did the Cancer read. Now we're going to see what the lesson in it all is. Why these cards? Why now? Why are they coming out? What is the lesson for Scorpio? And Scorpio placements, Sun and Rising. And chart placements, Venus. I feel like I'm not sure if I should include Venus, since currently Venus is going through a retrograde period, but definitely that's probably why I should do it, right? All right. So, like I said, we got the panda for the overall, for your overall energy, and yeah, I think that it's a reminder. It's reminding you of your power, of how rare you are as an individual, and how impactful you can be, right? Anything that you do, anything you say, all of the energy that you're putting out, how impactful it actually is. For the current situation, you have the High Priestess, the Page of Acorns, or the Page of Wands, and the Nine of Feathers, or the Nine of Swords. Yes, so with High Priestess, I think that really ties into what I just said with the Panda Ace of Crystals card, or the Ace of Pentacles card. It's really about what you are putting out, right? Which all comes from the term that's on this card, sacred knowledge. It comes from that divine, innate knowing. I think this is a time where you're going to be discovering more. Page of Acorns, and it has the capacity, whatever comes at this time, for you to recognize and discover, has the capacity to strengthen your perspective, Nine of Feathers, and your sense of self-empowerment, right? That's the fact that it fell underneath the panda. I feel like that those two are definitely going to balance each other out. We have a bobcat, some type of marsupial thing, and a porcupine so far. Let's see what the lesson is. Oh no, this is a porcupine. I don't know what this is. It's gorgeous though. It has a lot of hair. So this period is really gonna reinforce your determination, right? Your ability to do with your manifestations, like what you do come to manifest, your ability to channel that into going forward and toward comfort. There's prosperity here twice with the Ace of Crystals and the Queen of Crystals, so that's definitely something to hold on to, I would say. And prosperity doesn't necessarily have to be something that is tangible. It could be prosperity of thought, prosperity of emotion. Just remember, everything that is happening now is going to be a big impact for whatever you face going forward, okay? Let's see. Yes, by maybe like the second. Okay, so the second, on the 2nd of February, there's going to be a new moon. There is like a crescent moon in this card, and I think in that period, that may be the time where you really do where you really are faced with something that new, something that you do discover in your efforts of going forward that does enrich your perspective and your self-empowerment, right? Let's see what the self-love deck has to say. Wow. Healing Connection, number 16, is what the self-love deck had to say. Yeah, there's definitely a connective energy with the way these cards are depicted, but it is also the style of the cards. So I'm going to, what am I doing? I'm going to reference the book for this. This card follows the gift of gratitude, which I think that's beautiful. I feel like manifestation and intuition sort of go hand in hand to a degree as well. Yes, and awareness. This definitely speaks of awareness. So for the healing connection ritual, healing connection, open-hearted honesty has become your path. This card indicates that you're becoming increasingly aware of your vastness. And I think that that is definitely a message from the Great Panda, Ace of Crystals, your vastness. You're just starting maybe in something new, in a new rewarding path. You're starting on a new rewarding path. You have a lot of crystals there. And as long as you go forward, know that you're going in this path, specific in this path. I feel like things are just going to fall into place, and you're going to keep a momenta, a stamina about it. I think that if anything, you're going to establish a new stamina within your life, and that is pretty exciting stuff, to be honest. Let me see what else they have to say. As you open your heart more, you will be able to release beautifully to the spirit in everything. You will comprehend that you already know the language of mountains, birds, crystals, and everything. As you intimately connect with others and dance lightly with life, you will feel your heart expand. You will understand that you do not really need much, and yet you will also desire to experience more and be more. This is a natural creative state. Yes, I feel like with the discovery, that's what you're going to come to discover, like that there's not much you need, but you already have so much to help support and supplement you, whichever path you take going forward, okay? Thank you so much, Scorpio. You're so divine, and I hope to see you next time. Hello, Pisces. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and blessing us with your divinity. You're amazing. Thank you. And I am so grateful that you're here. I'm going to be reading for you today for this full moon in Cancer period, energetic period, so that we can best navigate it. I'm channeling with Source and using the Spirit Song Tarot and Self-Love Oracle today. I hope that you do get some good hits of energy, energetic messages today that you can apply to your situations and to your lives at this time when it comes to navigating this energy, which can be very emotional and can be, usually with full moons, it's about like finishing a cycle. That's what full moons are, just so that you can begin. All right, so the card that came out first is the Five of Shells, and that is highlighted. It's a light bug. Someone else got this card. It's a light bug, and it highlights hope and readjustment. So maybe you're embracing the transit of this period, and doing what you can to stay optimistic at this time with matters of life that maybe you're encountering. I'm going to try to get one more card. Perfect. And bring this selenite down. And on this side, we'll have the lessons from this read, from this energy navigation. Yes. Ooh, that's way too many cards, but I see the ones that I think that, no. It's a little too unclear. I would say right now is a great time as well, Pisces, and any other sign placement that may be watching, that it's a great time for clarity. Boop, boop. To do things as clearly as possible. Alrighty. So, the Five of Shells. Yes, the Five of Shells is similar to the Five of Cups. I would say, like, it's very much about keeping yourself, keeping your desires central at this time, and keeping your eye on it. Next, for the current energy that you're possibly encountering, we have number 7, the Chariot, number 12, the Hanged Man, and the Six of Feathers. And feathers in this deck is akin to swords. This is a differently interpreted Rider-Waite deck. And yes, I feel like with this energy that you are instilled with of optimism and knowing what you want, and knowing that with going toward what you want, there are some alterations that may need to take place. You're not stopping. You're going full throttle even with this Rhino spirit for the Chariot. And I think that right now really opening yourself up and trusting just the divinity of guidance, the divine guidance that is all around you and within you even, divine. I think that will take you to a place of getting closer toward your goal, right? During this transition time. And it is going to, your insight is guaranteed to be heightened as well, because this all will challenge your sense of perspective. Also, there's a message here to remain patient. Let's see what the lesson is. Knight of Acorns. Yeah. No matter what, by going forward with like all you have, full throttle, as I said, if nothing else, you, Pisces, will come out with a stronger sense of intuition, and even possibly being inspired to jump into something else that may not be directly what you were aiming for, but is either close to it or maybe right on it. It's similar, right? And I feel like right now your perspective of what you should do is really being challenged. These cards are pushing you to remain patient, that there is a time for action. Allow your drive to stay active within you as you go through this time of pulling back, I would say, and configuring the situation. Yes. There's a lot of green in this, so I don't know if this is like relative to your heart chakra. There's a Two of Shells on the bottom of the deck, which symbolizes union and harmony, and it's faced by some love birds. Literally, I forget what they're called, but like doves, pigeons. I don't know. But yeah, so maybe there's something regarding your emotional state that you've been hesitant on. And I think that you've been second guessing. I would say trust your intuition. But stay patient, okay? I'm going to pull from the self-love deck. It's an oracle deck. And I'm going to see if there's any message from the self-love deck that can help with like tying all of this together. I think that a big thing also in your read is that by trusting the divinity of whatever's happening, by just allowing things to be what they are, you'll get the most reward out of it. So, so the two cards that came out are number 1, trust, and it's one of my favorite cards in this deck. And then also, and these are both root chakra cards, also number 4, honoring cycles. Yes, so knowing that like things will go on, knowing that it's a give and take, whatever you do involve yourself with. And the key is like the desire, the goal should always be toward harmony and balance, in my opinion at least. And I think that is about honoring cycles. I'm going to check out this book. I've not really read with these decks together, and I'm liking them, but sometimes it's a little challenging. You are capable of getting out of any situation you feel maybe that you're entrapped in. Also, you not only are going to get out of it, but you're going to come out on top. So honoring cycles. This card comes as guidance that you would benefit now with some guiding practices and alignment with nature's cycles so that you can embody your highest potential. Yeah, and sometimes that comes with like detaching, right? All right. And for the other card that came out, the soul lesson of trust. The crows are singing outside like it's a merry day. You know what I mean? It's very merry. I have to keep. They're yelling. The crows are yelling right now. So for the soul lesson trust card that came out from the self-love oracle deck, the message is apply yourself creatively to all aspects of your life. Creative destiny is yours to write, and it's time for you to fully realize this. Trust that you have support, freedom, and potential to create a fulfilling path based on your true desires. Now take a second look at what you truly desire and like go get it. Like, I don't know, figure out, what will get you there and then knock those off the list, okay? All right, thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you soon. Please like, follow, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Thanks. Hello, Divine Gemini. How you doing? I'm so happy you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to be doing this reading to provide assisting messages for navigating the energy for this first full moon of 2022, the full moon in Cancer. So let's get right to it. The first card that comes out is going to be the card that represents you in your energy right now. And we're going to get right to that. Be sure to, ooh, that's too many. Be sure to like and subscribe, follow, share if you'd like. There is a little bit of ambiance in the back. I apologize. Ooh. These big bunches of cards keep coming out, and I can't take them. I'm just looking for one card. One card. Wow. Thank you. It's this card. Next, I'm going to get some cards for the energy that you may be dealing with currently, or that you're going to come into contact with during this full moon period, the period of the full moon until the next phase of the moon. The new moon in Aquarius will be occurring February 2nd. And lastly, those are cards to represent the lesson of this period. What you should expect to get out of navigating this energy. So the card that came out for you is the Page of Shells. So maybe you're feeling very intuitively led, very connected with the divine and its guidance, and the guidance of Source even. Let's see about the energy that you may be currently facing. You got, I also do not read these cards reversed. You got the Ten of Feathers, the Ace of Acorns, and number 20, Awakening. Beautiful. So I feel like you are sort of not doing too much to push yourself in any way that you don't feel you should be pushed, or you're not doing more than necessary right now. You really are sort of taking a back seat and really taking in everything that's going around, being really perceptive at this time, even when you don't mean to be, which is lovely. It looks like it is leading you to some type of new energy that you've possibly experienced in the past, but that you're reinstilling into your processes at this moment or going forward, that are, enlightening and that inspire confidence in your movements. Let's see the lesson. The lesson is the Ace of Feathers, mental clarity, and the Nine of Crystals, which is security and abundance. So, yeah, I think you are headed toward, or headed down the route of living your best life. You know what I mean? Really, that there's this trend going around right now that you're, drinking water and minding your own business. You know what I mean? And you're sort of letting things happen and not getting too involved with things that either aren't serving you or just out of your control. You're letting it go. You're releasing those things to Source and to the powers that be, So let's see. I'm going to pull a card from the, I'm going to pull now a card from the Self-Love Oracle deck to see how, if we can tie this together a little more succinctly. I think that you are going to come to a place where you are more secure and more in balance with yourself and aligned. So that type of balance is ultimate, in my opinion. And it's really exciting to see that, this is basically where you're headed toward, Gemini. And it could be that you came out of a tough period in your life. And that's why you are taking a back seat. And you are just sort of like experiencing things as they come. I think at the same time that you're, you know, going forward with confidence. And oh wow, okay. So 2 cards came out. I hope you dance. You got the Gift of Dance, number 31, and Ritual Body Worship, number 8. This is the 3rd time that number 8 has come out, but the Gift of Dance, that's the first time. And I think that these 2 cards go together so well with the message of this read. You're dancing. It's almost like a ballet with life. You know, you're watching it, but you're also in it. You're in it, you're observing and experiencing at the same time. And with these cards that came out for the self-love deck, it's really impelling you, Gemini, to take advantage of this time that you have to sit back and take care of yourself. And that is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful message, in my opinion. Also, that it's safe to create right now. Whatever you start creating or whatever you've been creating, it's building into a greater movement. It's building into a greater momentum for you. It's definitely, I feel like the more that you are doing for yourself, the more that you're understanding really what you need and really how you're going to get to the destination of where you feel you should be. Just know that everything that you need, you probably already have, okay? Like, your security, your abundance, it's all within you. It's just a matter of coming to appreciate and have gratitude for it every day. That is just another key point that I want to outline. Whatever you're going through at this time, this rebuilding time, this time of restoration, I feel like it is going to bring you into a new sense of gravity, I feel like, where it's like things are possibly going to flourish in ways that you have a hand in, but that may seem incomplete, but need your influence to continue to come to completion, okay? I said a lot of buts there. And with the body worship and the gift of dance coming out, move your butt. Get active. I would try to do a routine dance or body movement that gets you moving. I feel like saying like burpees. Right now you're the Page of Shells. You're ready to jump into something, and I think that it should be one of your next highlighted places to go to is that of how you can care for yourself more, and that has to do with possibly getting into some sort of dance class or something like that, and also just, being gentle with yourself. I absolutely love it. The outcome cards are the Ace of Feathers and the Nine of Crystals. I feel like that's a 10 in itself. So whatever you've been dealing with that's causing more complications, it's going to come to an end because it's just bound to. And it's probably going to come to an end sooner rather than later. Okay? Let's see, is there anything else? Stay confident. You got what it takes. Thank you so much again for tuning in to this video. I hope to see y'all again. And stay blessed, Divine. Bye, Gemini. Hello, Divine Virgos. I'm Angel Yvette. This is Time of Today. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you do so, like the messages that come out of this, I'm going to be reading for the first full moon in 2022, excuse me, and as an advance to try to assist you with navigating these energies. And the first card that we are going to come by is the card that would be representing you and your energy at the moment, Virgo. All right, that's the Queen of Crystals. I know that's right. Very in your element. You're very on top of things. You feel, maybe you're feeling more of a sense of comfort and confidence at this time. Like, it's amazing. Next, I'm going to pull for the actual situations that you're either dealing with or faced with now, or that will be happening throughout the period of this full moon, the energy of this full moon. All right. And then these two. Great. Oh, so good. A lot of, 2 cards in your element have surfaced. So let me make sure I have these on the screen and not off screen. And these last 2 cards are going to be lesson cards, which are the lessons of this period that one would seek to obtain and recognize in order to make the best of choices going forward. All right. So, for you, we got the Queen of Crystals. I think this is a hedgehog. So you're very adaptable. You're very in a place that is where you feel you should be right now, which is great. A great energy to be in starting this new year. I know we're halfway through the first month, more than halfway through now. What you may be experiencing right now or facing is that through your courage and through your problem solving, you're able to stay dedicated and manifest prosperity. So you got the 8 of Feathers, which is like the 8 of Swords, the Ace of Crystals or Ace of Pentacles, and the 8 of Crystals or the 8 of Pentacles. So 8 of Pentacles is always about hard work, detailed work sometimes, being diligent. And it seems that you're able to be in this space of comfort and even prosperity because you have stayed diligent and because you have, nurtured yourself through it all. For your outcome, or for your lesson, rather. Oh, this is so beautiful. You got number 8, Strength, which is depicted by an elephant, an African elephant, and then 9 of Feathers, which is a perspective and self-empowerment. The 8 also heralds endurance. So I think that because you have been so committed and, you're still unrelenting in the efforts that you're putting forth, that would be greatly reflected by this endurance. You got courage here twice. So I think that there's a possibility that you're coming to face things that you've maybe put off in the past or not known how to go about figuring them out or facing them in the past. And during this time, it seems like with the mindset that you have, you're going to make things happen and you're going to come out stronger and with a greater sense of self-empowerment. Okay, I'm going to pull a card from the Self-Love Oracle and see if we can tie this read together anymore. So the cards that came out are 35 Elevate and 13 Soul Less Enjoy. And this is very much the heart chakra, very much. Whatever you're doing is supplementing the love in your heart and supporting the love in your heart, which is beautiful. And I think that it's happening either as a push for you to support others, or you, Virgo, with your nurturing self, you just are supporting others, and you're getting the, not the feedback, but you're getting the reward that comes with that from you just being you, you know? And here it says, the lushness of sisterly love, healing hearts beyond. So this may be a little bit of introspection that brings you to a place where you are able to absorb love from places that you thought were not capable of achieving these instances of love. And I think that by trusting and just going forth, by trusting your mind, your courage, and manifesting, not only are you going to end up more self-empowered rather, and with a greater perspective, but you'll find a greater sense of support in things that you didn't feel so much so before. And that could possibly be because you really thought they weren't there, but they have been there. Just like the Eight of Feathers. It's depicted by a mouse. And I feel like mice try to not be seen, but they're always there, in a sense, you know? They're master hiders, and they're master evaders, as to where other situations are not able to be evaded and are very in your face, such as bigger situations that would be more panda-sized or buffalo-sized. I think that despite it all, you're going to come out with the biggest impact as this elephant strength card, because whatever you're not allowing yourself to run from anymore is going to build you into a stronger, more formidable, more fortified person. And you will be more empowered, and that will come through the strengthening of your heart and the realization, acceptance, and actualization of the support that not only is around you, but that you give. Okay? Yes, there's a lot of green from the self-love cards. I would wear more green if you can. I would maybe acquire some malachite, some adventuring stone. Both of those stones are very grounding and leveling stones. And let me see in the literature for the Self-Love Oracle if there's anything that I can contribute from there. Any other thing I can contribute from there. So the first one I see is I am supported and always have been. The universe moves through me and meets me with warm embrace. I apply myself to experiencing true intimacy with myself and others. Yeah, so I think that maybe that's coming through vulnerability too. Vulnerability is an amazing entity in itself, and I think that maybe you're coming to a place where you are finding how to be more vulnerable, but still stay protective. With this porcupine card coming out, like you're learning when to draw your quills, you know, and when you don't necessarily need to, because you don't want to waste your quills or your energy. All right, Virgo, I hope this helps. Thank you so much. I hope to see you around. Going live on Friday, by the way, at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there on YouTube. And thank you again. Take care, Divine. Hello, Divine Sagittarius. How are we doing? I hope we're doing well. Hope this reading greets you in good spirits. Thank you so much for clicking on the video, by the way. You freaking rock. You're so divine. And I hope that this, whatever the cards have to say, the source has to say through the card reading, that it's valuable information that you can apply at this time of this full moon in Cancer. Alright, so I'm going to start shuffling. The first card out will be the card to represent Sagittarius, placement, sun, moon, rising. So we're going through a retrograde right now. I'm going to say this card because it surfaced itself to me. But the other two, not so much. Also, I don't think of the cards that just fall out, the majority of them have not fallen out for other reads. And Sagittarius, you are the final sign I'm reading for. The next few cards are going to represent the energy that you may be experiencing, coming into contact with at this time around the full moon. This is the energy we're going to want a little assistance with navigating. So that's all going to come out right now. Also, please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you do so like. All those things are quite free to accomplish, and I'd greatly appreciate it. All right. So we have a few of these came out upside down. Nice. We got some good cards of movement, which is great. Very Sagittarian. And then the last few cards are going to be lesson cards. Lesson cards of this time. I hope you're doing well, Sagittarius. Also, I'll be going live this Friday, the 21st. At 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. I hope to see you there. Alright, putting those aside, we have these two cards. I do not read the reversals of this deck, so we're just going to get right into it. First, we have the Three of Shells. Three of Shells, the shells in this deck is relative to cups and the standard Rider-Waite Tarot. And this is a very happy card. I'm just going to say that. So I don't know if it's because we're just recently haven't come out of Sagittarius season or what have you, but it seems that it's a very lighthearted energy going on for Sagittarius at this time. Maybe not so serious, and still very buoyant, still on top of things, still navigating effortlessly. So let's see about the energy. We got the Page of Shells, which is like the Page of Cups, the Eight of Feathers, like the Eight of Swords, and the Chariot, number 7. Major arcanas are the same. So the different energies that are related to these cards are intuition, inspiration, courage, solutions, discipline, and determination. Okay, so yeah. This is about knowing how to know when it's time to play and when it's time to get serious. So that's funny that it sort of highlights that, you know, Sagittarius energy is very playful at this time and very going with the flow. But there are energies here saying that in order for like actual movement to take place going forward, that Sagittarius, we're going to have to follow our intuition and step into that courageous energy of disciplining ourselves enough to get going, essentially. In the Three of Shells, it's these 3 dolphins, and they're sort of like, it looks like they're spiraling around each other. Kind of a stagnant energy, so maybe that's why there is that playfulness attributed to it. But as you can see in the number 7, the Chariot, it's the Rhino, and the Rhino's looking to charge forward. So I think it really is just balancing as well between those two like modes of going, stagnancy or swiftly forward. So, and I think that also is going to come with the way that you think and the way that you form your thoughts at this time. For the lessons, we got the Ten of Shells and the Hanged Man. So it is, these cards are really talking about being in general, whether you're being still, being more on the still side, being less active and less engaged, or you're being more engaged. You're gonna get out what you put into it, so which is life. There is a time where patience is going to pay off, though. I think that may be this time. I think that after we do assert whether and when to be active and not, we're going to come into this space of, you know, where patience will be appreciated and wanted. That's going to be almost yearned for. We're going to be waiting for that, like, we're going to possibly have to wait to see, you know, the outcome of our efforts. So, but there are blessings ahead. So that is beautiful. I'm going to now pull a card from the Self-Love Oracle deck. A card that says, I am the light of my soul. Tied to the third eye chakra, just almost fell out, but it did not quite, so I'm not going to force it. And thank you again so much for tuning in. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so 2 cards came out. Okay, Celebrate Life, Solar Plexus, represented by the Solar Plexus, and Resounding Sound, which is Throat Chakra, which goes back to what I was saying with the way that we speak to ourselves and what we tell ourselves. That is going to have an impact. That's going to definitely be reflected in what we do now, by what we do now in this period of time Solar plexus, celebrate life. Yeah, there are a lot of blessings. There's a message that there are blessings ahead. So, or that you can regard things as blessings as opposed to anything other than, which is a blessing in itself. Just a moment. I'm going into the literature for this deck. Alrighty, so I'm going to see if there's anything else to be said about the Ritual Celebrate Life card. Enjoy your life and the new rituals and experiences. Enjoy your life with new rituals and experiences. There are many ways you can celebrate your life, but one way is to create new rituals. Around food. Wow, okay, so, and I think that that's awesome, especially because I feel like that's sort of a place that you're in right now. It's definitely saying that we should get creative about the manner in which we take in food. This comes as a reminder to thoroughly celebrate life itself and, most importantly, include the one and only you. Beautiful. I'm going to see if there's anything else on this resounding sound card that sticks out. Everything you send out and everything you receive can be altered by your thoughts and the vibration you choose to filter your life through. This card is not suggesting a foolish, naive openness. It is suggesting heart-centered honesty and willingness to be your true self. So, yeah, I think that about ties things together. There was another sign that had a huge message of this, that like whatever you put out is whatever you're gonna get back. Almost like the karmic appeal of life. But yes, so that is your read, Sagittarius. Thank you so much, Divine, for sticking around and duking it out with me. I hope to see you soon, maybe on Friday for the live, which again happens at 6 p.m. Eastern or Pacific Standard Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube. Bye.